Hello, and welcome to the podcast of CMC Life Coach. The title of this podcast is Making Changes in Your Life. Finding meaning and purpose in life. You know, in our materialistic culture, the word success is almost entirely associated with the lifestyle of the rich and famous. A huge home, expensive cars, luxury vacations, and all the latest technological devices. Who doesn't want a piece of that? Well, there's nothing wrong with wanting to achieve these things. However, there is a widespread belief that such success will bring you happiness. This is in fact an illusion. Now, short-term happiness can in fact be gained from such material success, but it fades with time. And what I am talking about is more long-term happiness. And this kind of long-term happiness cannot be attained solely from material prosperity. So what are the factors that contribute to long-term happiness? Well, that's what the subject of this podcast is all about. And as a way to point to the beginning of an answer, we can look at an interesting chief regret many people have when they get to the end of their lives. A chief regret that many people have is not that they didn't make enough money, or it's not that they didn't have a bigger house, but the chief regret that people usually have is related to how they spent their time. The regret is something like they spent too much time working a job they didn't like, trying to make more money, and not enough time with their loved ones and doing things they like to do. Which is really interesting. First of all, it raises the question, does that mean you cannot enjoy the process of achieving material success? Well, certainly not. Working hard on achieving goals and seeing the fruits of your hard labor is a great reward in itself. Yet much of the enjoyment comes from the process as a whole. Hence, we have the well-known phrase, the joy is in the journey and not the destination. Now, if you only follow the way of the world, you will define yourself by your net worth, how much money you make, what prestigious job you might have, all your possessions, what you look like. Yet this is a guaranteed way to make yourself unhappy and miserable. Why is that so? Well, because you'll always fall short and find someone better than you. Someone will have more money than you, more stuff than you. They'll look better than you. Their net worth will be more than you. And so if you're reading this article, it's probably safe to assume that you already know this, and you know that making the focus of your life exclusively the attainment of material wealth and prestige is not a true path to finding happiness and contentment in the long run in your life. So the question again follows, well, what is the path to finding happiness and contentment? Well, we've already kind of hinted at it in the chief regret that many people have in not spending enough time with their loved ones and doing things they like to do. And that leads us into the idea of having a passion in life. Your passion and life purpose is a big part of the key to your happiness in the long term. Have you ever met someone who was so passionate about what they were doing that you were affected by their enthusiasm and energy? I have. And I'm also lucky enough to, over time, to become such a person myself. My passion in life centers a lot around health and wellness and also writing. I love eating healthy foods, exercising, and having a creative outlet in my writing. These activities can be considered also great stress relief techniques, and having such good stress relief techniques in our life is an added key to modern day health and wellness. So, my passion for maintaining a healthy lifestyle and writing has given me a great life of health and also just a real basic day-to-day happiness that I want to share with others. So I found my purpose, and finding purpose in your life will fill you with feelings of happiness and contentment in your day-to-day living. And you know, the great thing about finding a sense of purpose and passion in your life is it has absolutely nothing to do with how much money you have or you're making, or if you have fame and fortune or a great big house and the best latest stuff, whatever it is, or how you look. Whether you have lots of that or little of that, it doesn't matter. You actually feel happy whether you're in good times, you know, financially, or struggling, because it's all about finding a creative power within yourself that you can express in the world. And when you do this, when you find some kind of creative power and a passion in life, then life really does become filled with a sense of contentment and happiness and purpose every day. So let's talk a little bit more about finding that power and passion within yourself. And we're going to do that in the next podcast. So tune in for the next podcast, and a complete written version of this podcast is available for you to check out on my blog, as are many other helpful resources, links, and videos and stuff you can use. So please check it out. It's at lifecoach-charlesmc.com/blog. All right, well, I wish you a great day.